I'm just gonna grab a paper.
Basically, this call is supposed to be about, kind of going back to basics, which kind of works out well for you because you're brand new.
Yeah.
Kay's brand new as well. I know Kate was having issues with her business. And then if Teresa and Christy see this, then they're just kind of starting to build their businesses. But basically, we wanted to kind of start this now because January is the biggest month that we have, right? Everyone's New Year's resolutions and after all of the holiday eating and Christmas parties and whatever, everyone goes down south. So yeah, we really wanted everyone to dig back right into, when you're first kind of starting out, to build that secure foundation to build off of, to have your business be as strong as it can be. So, if you've probably seen Haley post it before and stuff like that, but a lot of people have been posting about when they're trying to get their coaches, we do 3 things. We eat clean, we share our journeys, and we work out. Those are 3 things you should be doing almost daily, right? You want to be that product. You want to be a product of the product, essentially. So the more that you promote your healthy eating habits and your workouts, and the more that you're sharing your journey, the more people are going to come to you to be their coach, but also they're going to see how much it's changing your life. And then they might want to be a part of that eventually as well. So I think I remember, when was it? A little while back, I saw actually Haley, when I got Haley, I saw she posted that she wanted to work from home and stuff like that. And I just sent her a private message on the side, and I was just like, hey, I have a great opportunity if you want to join in and see it. Oh, no pressure. I'm not going to hate you if you say no. And then sure enough, she joined one of our sneak peeks, and then she liked it. And now she posts a lot better than I do half the time because I've been slacking. And, other things we want to promote as well within our coaches are definitely our personal development, because there is always stuff we can be working on. Doesn't matter who you are, what sort of background you have, there's always something we can work on. For Haley, it's usually the fact that she's an introvert, so she has to deal with that on the side. For me, it's time management, because I work a full-time job. I have a special needs son. So I am constantly busy, and if I can't do it on my phone, it probably never gets done. So you have to really dig into your why and find out what your fears and what you're struggling with, in order to find out what we can, suggest for you in terms of personal development if you need it. There's a list, I believe, in Blair's page. And there's also a really good book on the Misfit site as well called, what was it? The Slightest Something. I forget what it's called. Compound Effect is a really good one as well, because it also teaches you to, you're going to be putting in a lot of time at first, but the more time you put in at the beginning, the less amount of time you're going to have to put as your business is building. So it's all this time, then you're half time, free time, and then finally you're just to the point where you could do 1 post a day and still be rocking the business. But that also has to do with our power hour, of course, right? So each day you should be looking at expanding your network and inviting people, whether it's to a challenge group or inviting them to a coach sneak peek. You constantly, when you're starting off, like usually I'd somehow make it into my Hey Girls at the same time. So especially this will be for Kay. So essentially what we're doing with our power hour is you're finding at least 3 to 5 people on your Facebook where you're just messaging and, you're just making small talk with them. So you're just doing the, hey, how are you? My favorite is going into the birthday lists, and I actually send personalized voice messages to them. So I don't write on their wall and just say, hey, happy birthday, have a great one. I will find them, I will send them a private message, and it'll actually be a voice one to add that more personal touch to make them realize I'm not a robot, I'm a person. And I'll sit there and say, you know, happy birthday, or maybe I'll scout out their page first before I say something, because maybe there's something on the page I want to include in it. So, you know, in the summertime, people were big on doing those 5K runs, or, you know, any of the fundraising runs. So I would sit there and be like, oh my God, I saw the Color Me Rad photos and they looked awesome. So keep up the good work, but overall, happy birthday, have a great day, you know, tell me all about it later. And then usually they'll message me back and keep the conversation going by telling me what they did on their birthday. And you can keep building and building and building that relationship and make your friends out of it. The other thing is, of course, reading your personal development. You should be doing at least 10 minutes if you're doing audio, or 10 pages if you're actually reading. I probably do a bit more than that just because I just like to read. And then, of course, you're inviting. So with this month, I would say it's definitely important to try and triple everything. So tripling your Hey Girl messages, tripling your invites, because the amount of time that you're putting in this month for December especially is going to build your business for January. So we always, whatever month we're in, we're building for the next month. So you have to keep that in mind when you're doing things. Same thing goes for free chat, or for your free groups as well. If you have a month-long free group of the organizational challenge or something like that, yes, you're going to add them to your network right away, but they're not really going to care about anything about you until they've seen you post for at least that month. So, of course, the more you're posting and talking about how great your life is, because obviously it is, you know, the better it's going to help you in January when they realize after all those holiday partings, and especially as Thanksgiving's coming up. I'm pretty sure it's this week. I don't even remember. So, you know, people are having turkey at Thanksgiving, they're having turkey or ham at Christmas, they're having all their work Christmas parties for both spouses if they have them. You know, we all pack on the holiday pounds, let's face it. So but as coaches as well, when you're working with your challengers, especially ones that you gain this month, the biggest thing is going to be to try and help them keep off those pounds so they keep on track. So my biggest thing that I always suggest to people, especially when they're on Shakeology and stuff like that, it's like, if you're going to a work party, you drink one of those like in the car on the way to the party. Because you're less likely to then start craving all the crappy foods. You're less likely to binge eat everything. So, you know, you're still working with your main challengers as well as trying to find your new ones at the same time. So when you're building your network, you should be going and finding, well, I think I tell Haley this, I do at least one group a day. So I try and put myself in one new group a day, and this is a group that isn't fitness related whatsoever. It could be your favorite soap. It could be a mom's group. It could be the Army moms group. It could be whatever you want it to be. I know Haley has her Heart Moms group. I have autism and special needs groups. Your favorite TV show, whatever it is, there's always one you can find. So dig deep into your interest and find it. I'm pretty sure, and you don't know much about me just yet, Gladys, but I am a big selfie person. I love selfies. So I actually found a Canadian selfies group, which I never thought even existed. And there's over 10,000 people in it. Wow. One group like that, and you're like set for the rest of the time. Once you're into those groups, try and make contact with as many people as you possibly can. So make sure you're active in the group. Don't just sit there and be that fly on the wall, because no one's going to know you exist. Be very careful, especially in groups, about advertising. I know most of the moms groups have, if they do have them, have specific days So always make sure you're adhering with that, because of course you want to follow the group rules at the same time, not to piss anybody off. Buy and sell groups are amazing. I put myself in a bunch of buy and sell groups, or for Kay, I think they call them down in the US shop and swaps. And I go into there and, you know, post every once in a while, but I don't bombard it. Because of course we're sharers, not sellers. And that's what we try and instill into everyone, right? We don't like when we see people throwing up all over us with whatever they're selling, whatever business it may be, but we all know which one, I'm sure. But, and in relation to that as well, you know, with the sharing, and we're sharing, not selling, please, 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 please do not cold add anybody to groups. That is my biggest pet peeve. I know it's Haley's biggest pet peeve. There's nothing worse than being just thrown into this random group without being asked permission. Events, you can kind of see because you have that option to agree to go, or you have that option to reject. Groups, you don't. So there's nothing that annoys me more than when I have to actually go into the group and remove myself from it because I didn't want to be in somebody's unique group for beauty or whatever it is that day. And there's nothing worse than when you're posting something, especially on Instagram, where you post something and then they're like, oh, hey, you should join my team. And you're like, no, that's not, no, not it. So before you start investing in that, before you start randomly messaging people or adding to groups or anything like that, you want to make sure that they're agreeing to it first and you're having that relationship build first before you bring it in. Different with free groups. Free groups, you post about them, they're interested or they're not, but again, they have that choice. We had a Love Dare challenge originally with me and Haley that we started. It got to over 1,200 people. And it was because people were randomly adding in people. It's like they were going to their friends looking and going, select all, select all. And it got out of control and people started posting, why did you add me? Like, we don't want that. So please, please, please avoid that at all costs. And that kind of brings me actually into my next point on my little list, which is don't be icky. So your page on Facebook is your business. Essentially, that's what it is. But we still want people to realize we're people. We have goals. We have normal lives. We don't want to see post after post after post after post after post about businesses. Like, we don't want join my team, 21-day fix, join my team again, oat free challenge. Like, we don't want that. We still want to hear about your kids. We still want to hear about your shopping trip or my Christmas tree. That's my thing right now. But what I will do is I'll actually show you kind of what I mean, and I'll use Haley because she's always my guinea pig. Oh my gosh, my computer doesn't want to work with me today. Where is it? There we go. Oh my goodness. Okay. So the first thing we always talk about is our cover photo. It should be exactly what your life is about. Haley made it very clear. Family, fitness, inspiration, friendship, and love. She has our Misfit Republic logo on it as well. So if, say, somebody randomly goes to her page to add her and she sees that logo, you know, subliminally, she's like, people are going to be going, what the heck's Misfit Republic? And the first thing we do when we don't understand something is we Google it, which is awesome because it brings us right to our Misfit Republic page. Hopefully they'll come back to you about it later, but if they don't, they'll start to figure it out. She also has her kind of before and after photos there as well. Profile picture, beautiful. It should be of you. It can be of you and your kid. Just try not to make it a picture of you and your girlfriends, or, you know, where we can't figure out exactly who you are in the picture. Because if somebody doesn't know you, we want to be able to go to your page and just go, oh, that's Haley. Okay, I get it. It's not Haley, wait, maybe is that Haley? Oh, wait, no, that one? I don't know. We don't want that to happen. Another big thing that we instill with our coaches and stuff like that is your work experience right there. We don't want to see Beachbody Coach ever. Although we do work for Beachbody, we are still our own bosses. We still want to make that known, that we are our own person. So Haley's already created a like page. Have you done one yet, Gladys?
No.
How long have you been a coach for?
A week and a half, maybe.
I would say don't make one at least for your first month. Because we want you to get a grip on what your personal page is and how it's used before we get you a like page. I started like a fit page or an actual like page like the same day I became a coach, and it was hell, and I probably never use it now. I do it every once in a while, but
I think I have one now that you say it. I just yeah, I do.
Oh, that's okay. Just make sure that your like page is definitely more business than it is personal, right?
I don't think I should have. I think I should have just left it so that I could have had just everything on my personal page as well. It just seems so much easier than posting in both all the time. You know what I mean?
What I do actually is I have different ones set up. Like, for example, my Instagram is set up to my like page. So anything I post in Instagram will end up on my like page. That's what I did, because mostly anything I enter in on Instagram is usually business related. Mm-hmm. So it'll always just move right to my like page, and I don't have to worry about it.
I'm still trying to figure out Instagram. Like, I just joined a couple days ago, and I'm still trying to figure it out. And I don't have a computer. I have to do everything on my phone, and everything is so time consuming on the phone.
Yeah.
Yes, it's very annoying.
Actually, there's a video that's going to be posted tonight by a girl of our Vicky Roberts. She's actually going to be doing a video call on how Instagram works and how you can build your business off of it. So she's recording it tonight too. So I'll post that in the team page after, because it's an awesome way to learn, because Instagram is actually one of the hardest ones to learn.
Yeah,
and Twitter I just hate. So, what happened? Go back.
I have Twitter too, but I don't use it very often.
Yeah, I'm not a big Twitter person. But again, that's hooked up to like something else I use. I don't even know. Oh, it's hooked up to my like Tumblr or something like that. So
I don't have Tumblr.
I picked like 3 main ones that I can use very easily. And then I've set it up so that each one crosses over to a new one. So like,
that would be awesome if I could figure out how to cross over to do that. That'd be cool.
So yeah, that's all I do is like my Instagram's hooked up to my like page, my Tumblr's hooked up to Twitter, and then I just have my personal page. So it's wonderful. So I only have to post in 3 places, but it goes in all 5. But as you're building your business, you're going to learn that, right? It's all about time and learning how to get everything. I'm still learning about Instagram, because I have all these, like, I have a whole bunch of followers and people that like my pictures, but my issue is I'm getting the wrong group. So I need to figure out how to switch, because I'm getting all these coaches and it works people and fitness people, and it's like, crap, no, wrong ones. I need people who want to do this. But yeah, so if you have your like page, that's fine. But just make sure that you have whatever title you deem is you, which for me, I always like health and wellness coach. I find it has that nice flow to it. It sounds pretty. It doesn't sound like distributor or, stuff like that.
No, I think I actually have the same thing on mine, health and wellness coach.
Exactly. And then if you have your like page set up, make sure that you have health and wellness coach at, and then whatever your like page name is, because that way, like, even if I hover over Haley's right now, it brings me right to her fit page. If, however, she had Beachbody in there, it would take us to Beachbody, and we don't want that. We want people to come see us. And then, yeah, and Haley does a great job in all of her posts. So, you know, she's completely normal person, completely normal. And then, like, every once in a while we get something. See, look, I can't even find a business post right now. But that's what it should be like. It should be one of those, oh, there we go. There's a business one, of course. It's all the way down there. But we want to see that. We want to see that it's you. We want to see that you're a human being and not a robot. We don't want to see throwing up posts at everybody. But when it does come time to actually do your business posts, we want to make sure they're being seen. And one of those biggest things are engagement posts. So are you familiar with engagement posts?
I tried an I don't really know how like it works, but like I tried an engagement post the other night where it was one word describing what you're doing or how you're feeling at this moment. And I've got a lot of comments on it. Yeah. But they're like a day apart. So like my last comment was, say, tonight at 6:00, and the comment was before that, like this morning at 10. So if you're going to post after one of those, I guess I don't know what to post after it. Mm-hmm.
So essentially how engagement posts work is you want to post something that's going to generate all those comments, because the more comments you have in our news feeds, we only do highlights. So the more comments you have, the higher up on the highlights list you're going to be. Because how often do you go on Facebook and scroll through your entire news feed?
Yeah, exactly.
Never. You scroll through maybe like, I do like 5 or 6 swipes, and that's about it. So that's why we want something to generate it. And usually my biggest go-to, if I just need something to put in there really quickly, is dinner. What's everyone having for dinner tonight? I'm out of ideas. Mm-hmm. Everyone posts.
Nice.
Because people love to give their opinions. Doesn't matter if they know you or not. They just want to say whatever's on their mind. It could be something as, I'm thinking about a haircut. What do you think about this style or this style, or this color or this color? You want to create those very open-ended posts where people are going to generate a conversation. I love politics. That is the best.
I don't like politics.
Well, I don't even really like politics. It's just the fact that I know people get very heated about it. So there's a lot of comments that go on during it. So especially for Kay right now, they're going to be going through a presidential election, or they are currently. Holy crap. Do you know how many people are like so heated about US politics right now? Hell, even us Canadians are like, Donald Trump? What? But yeah, politics gets everyone heated and commenting. A new car, a new look, maybe something about your kids if it's a milestone, or whatever you're trying to figure out.
Birthdays, I find, are very popular for getting a lot of feedback on those.
Like what to get for people?
No, like just people commenting, like, "Oh, happy birthday, happy birthday."
Oh,
like
yeah.
When my kids having a birthday, like I will get a lot of comments back. "Oh, happy birthday, Carly," or "Happy birthday, Natalie." Yeah. But I mean, you post happy birthdays every day, so.
Yeah, happy birthday to this person. It's like you don't even know them. You're making up names. And another great one, if you want to make it fitness related, is definitely workout playlists. Ooh. Everyone gets in on that one because everyone has different music styles. So you're going to get a lot of people commenting on there. Gym shoes. I need to buy a new pair of running shoes. What are really good right now? Like just so many random things that you don't think about that everyone just jumps on because they just love being heard. So of course, as you're getting all these comments, like for example, I usually post something business related after 10 comments have been posted. And keeping in mind, 10 comments only has to be 5 people. Because what are you going to be doing at the same time?
Posting back.
Got it. See? Your comments count just as much as everyone else's. So if 5 people comment and you respond 5 times, you have a great engagement. And if you have 2 of those in a row, like for example, I find usually people get it after they have milestone pictures, whether it's wedding or blah, 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 or they post something like that, a really good picture that they like, everyone likes it. And then you post an engagement post, and then your infinity is so high on Facebook. It's like, okay, you need to post something business related, whatever it may be, whatever your goal is at that time. For me lately, I've been working more on building my team versus getting challengers because, well, one, I have a full-time job, so I don't really worry about the money part. So I've been working more on building my team and finding people who actually want to work, because that's one of our struggles as coaches. You find somebody who wants to join your team and they don't want to work for it almost.
I do.
No, I'm not saying that. Hey, you're on a team call. That shows me dedication. But, sometimes people only join for the discount, and you have to figure out, okay, how can I switch this discount into wanting to actually be active?
Mm-hmm.
And then showing them that it's pretty much the same thing and you're actually going to earn money from it. You're in it for the discount. Might as well throw out a post here and there, and you're going to be making money. Free money practically. But that, that all comes down to the post this and not that, right? We don't want to see a bunch of people plastering, the very generic pictures of 21-day fix or whatever's on sale that month, or Team Beachbody logos or whatever. We want them to be you. So using your before and after pictures, or even if you don't have any right now in your journey, find other coaches. They're more than welcome to give you before and after pictures to use, but make sure your posts on Facebook are you. Like, they have to be you. And that's the biggest thing, is because we want to attract people to us, because of who we are as a person, not the fact that we're just going to take their money and run.
So after you do an engagement post, then what type of post would you post after that, once you realize that you're actually accumulating a lot of feedback?
So it all depends on your goals. So what are you trying to achieve at that point in time? Do you need your Success Club points? So maybe you're going to post a challenge post. Are you working on building your team? You're going to post a coaching opportunity or a coaching sneak peek. It kind of all depends on where you're at in your business on what you're going to post, but you're going to know that as you kind of work through. So usually what I do is I do 3 days a week. I will choose probably a challenge group post. So something to do with whatever. So I think the last one I did was 21-day fix.
Mm-hmm. How many challenges do you normally have on a go at a time?
No. Right now I found a really good challenge group that I think Haley's in it, actually. I'm not sure though, because I don't have time to run challenge groups.
Messaging me right now. Just a second. They're finally home.
Oh no. Yeah, so it's all challenge groups I don't really run much of, because I don't have the time to put into them. Like, I don't have the time to post daily in those groups as well as doing my own. So I partner up with other people, like for example, Haley, who stays at home, where she's able to do all the posts and stuff like that. I try and slip myself into other people's challenge groups with my challengers. So right now, actually, I think you're in it too, Glass. The one with, are you in the one with Charity? I think it's called Gold Diggers or something.
I don't recall. If I am, I don't remember saying yes.
I can't remember. I remember there was somebody's name that's either similar to yours or something, but I don't know. For some reason, I keep getting you mixed up with other people.
I think there's a Gloria that might have just joined.
Maybe
too.
that was it.
And I know I have a free challenge group coming up that I've just posted for that starts on November the 30th. Like I have no idea what to do, but whatever.
What group are you doing?
I am doing 7-day clean eating challenge.
Those are always the best ones to start with. Always the best.
So far, I've got about 25 people that wants to get in on it. But so should I be like picking 3 of those people a day to go in and say, hey, just wondering, like do your hey girls or your hey guys with those just to build that relationship?
Yeah, you can certainly do that. The minute that I open up a free clean eating group or something like that, I message all of them immediately with sort of the same thing, depending on how well I know them. So things could be like, if it's somebody you don't know too well, that's where you post in there and you message them and go, hey, I'm so glad you're joining this clean eating challenge. I'm super, excited to have you with me. Can you tell me one thing? Can you tell me one thing that you really struggle with clean eating? And then you're going to become everybody's therapist. That's what's going to happen. Like I remember I posted in a mom's group about just a 21-day weight loss one. So I didn't really label it anything for any specific thing. And I had this one girl who messaged me, and I swear to God, I think the thing was like 24 paragraphs. Just of issues she's had and where she wants to be. Like she knew exactly what she wants, and it's wonderful. Other times you have to dig that out of people. Ask those open-ended questions to get that out. But most people tell you their life stories to you, even though you're a stranger. Build more engagement in your group as well, because at the same time, when people are joining the group, just like in a classroom, everyone's afraid to be the first person to talk or the first person to present, right? So see if there's another coach or something like that wants to join your group, add more people, and then at least somebody in there will be the first to talk or start talking back and forth, and it'll build that engagement in the group so they go, okay, I actually pay attention to this. Because there's nothing worse where you have a group where it's completely dead silent and you're like, okay, this failed.
And I don't want
it. It's going to happen. So, I'm not trying to scare you, but it will eventually at some point. But, as long as you kind of keep to your root of things, and your biggest thing is expanding your network and building your relationships. If you do at least those 2 things, you're going to create a very secure foundation, because you're always expanding, you're always finding new people. Because right now, probably for you, right now, you're just working in your warm market. So when you're
cutting out on me,
I stopped there. So for you, for example, if you do those 2 things, you're going to keep expanding. But right now, you're probably just working in your warm market, right? You're working with your friends and your friends of friends and stuff like that, right? It's going to go cold. It's going to go cold. So the more that you start expanding now, the more success you're going to have later. And that's what it is. Time, less time, more freedom.
And the thing is the whole expanding, like, because I'm like Haley, like I don't like putting myself out there very much, right? So like just the whole expanding thing, like I have gone out and I've posted in the buy and sell like twice, and and I've joined like 2 new groups, but most of my groups are like the fitness groups that I've already been a part of, so I have to kind of get out of all those groups and kind of start new groups. But when you're in those groups, one of the groups that I'm in right now is actually called the Astonishing School of Nerds. Anyway, it's hilarious. I love it. Like There's so many nerds in there. I love it. How do you engage them? Like I did have like one in where somebody said, okay, post a picture of what your left hand is on right now. So, and I'm trying to comment on everything. And one woman commented because she was taking a selfie or something. She's like, this is what I used to look like when I was sexy, 20 pounds lighter. And then I found my opening. I'm like, well,
Yeah, as much as it is we're trying to work with, try and instill the business side at that point. At the same time, it's just building a friendship, realistically. Before anything, build that friendship first so people trust you, because let's face it, we don't trust everybody. How many people actually give money to, beggars on the side of the street after all the stories we've heard about them begging, and then all of a sudden they're living in a penthouse? Okay, minus you. But we've grown up now into this society where we don't trust people automatically. You're kind of taking that step back going, I don't know about you just yet. And that's essentially what everyone's going to do on your Facebook as you're growing your business. They're like, oh great, she's now one of these selling people. But then that's why we have those personal posts, right? So 80% personal, 20% business.
Okay.
They know you're a person, and that's what they're trusting. And of course, as you're getting your results for whatever you're working on personally, they're going to go, holy crap. And then there's always going to be somebody that resonates with something you're saying. So when you're doing your posts, make them, as weird as this sounds, make them very direct. Like right now, it's just me and you talking practically, other than the fact that we're recording. We're talking to each other. And that's exactly how you want these posts to come out as. You want these posts to come out where this person will read it and go, holy crap, it's like she sees right through me. Because that's what's going to happen. For me, for example, I have PCOS. So I have polycystic ovarian syndrome and stuff like that, which made it hard for me to lose weight. It made it, they don't know if I'll be able to have any more kids, that type of thing. And I posted about it, and, people were just like, oh my gosh, yes. They're like, I understand what you're going through. And then they start connecting with you on that. I had a girl in one of my mom's groups that we connected over talking about autism. I actually found out that here's the long story of it. She is actually dating my friend's ex-boyfriend, and they have kids, and my friend and the ex-boyfriend have a kid together, and she thinks it's autism. So it's like, I'm giving advice to two different parties without them, of course, knowing about each other. But you're going to find the more that you share your story and what's going on in your life, the more that people are going to connect with you. And that's what's going to make your business thrive, is that the personal attitude that you have and whatever they're connecting with you. So, for example, it could be that group, the nerd group that you're in. Like, I'm in a gamer group. I love video games. Just saying. And you randomly, if you find that you're commenting on something, now not like sort of that game sort of post that you were talking about, but for example, if it like there was a comment on one of my game groups and we were talking about a specific game, and then I started going back and forth with this one person like for a while, like a good 20 or 30 comments. And then I sent her a private message, and I was just like, I didn't want to take up any more of that post with our back and forth, so I thought I would just message you on here.
Okay.
Yeah, and you can build more personally out of that post. Then once you build a bit in those messages, you can add them as a friend. And now you've not even talked business once, but they're going to see your post about business eventually. And you didn't say one word. And they could come to you at that point and be like, I'm interested. And you did not mention business to them once. That's what we mean by sharing. And that's really what it is. So make sure your relationships are genuine. Don't try and build fake ones, because people will know. But as long as you're building those relationships and you're starting to expand your network. So for you, for example, once we get off this call here, I want you to find 5 groups for you to join. That is your goal. By tomorrow night. I'll get you tomorrow.
Thanks for the deadline. I actually started a job tomorrow.
So you're gonna find 5 groups and you're gonna tell Haley about every single one that you joined after. Whatever it is.
Okay.
So again, your favorite TV show if you watch one, a shopping group. For me, again, I joined a selfie group and I have an autism group. So maybe there's more army groups that you're unaware of or something like that. And it can still be fitness related. So if you find more fitness groups, have at her. But you're going to find 5 and you're going to join them all.
Okay, I can do that. 5 is attainable.
5 is attainable for now. But see, look, just think, I said I join 1 group every day. And you're going to join 5 in one day.
Okay. Thanks for that little push.
But it's one of those things, right? If I tell you to go do something,
I'm going to go do it.
Hey, your challenge today is to find 5 groups. You're going to be like, I'm going to meet that. It's 5 groups. It's nothing. But when you find that you're starting to back down a bit, when you find that you're almost slacking in a way where you know that it's not going the way you want, that is what your sponsor is for. Talk to them. So you're going to come at Haley and be like, you know what? I need a kick in the butt. Like, this isn't working. I don't know what I'm doing wrong, but you have to know what you're not doing. Like, you have to know exactly where you're almost lacking to get that support. So me and Haley, we text each other on a daily basis, but that's also because we're success partners, right? So
I need a success partner. I know, like Haley says, like she'll tell me something and then I forget I don't forget it, but I'm so new to it all that I don't really know where to go to post for it. I think she said to go post in charities page.
For a success partner?
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess before we get into that, I'll explain to the people who will be watching this, because I know Kay will be watching. So me and Haley are success partners. So what we work together to build both of our businesses at the same time. So we are each other's support for if I'm lacking in something, she can help me out with. It's also people that you can run challenge groups together, run team calls together, whatever works for you. Usually when you're looking for a success partner, you're looking for somebody opposite to you because they need to bring something to the table that you don't already have. I am a very, 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 very big extrovert and I am loud and obnoxious, and Haley is not that. She is obnoxious behind closed doors. But she knows how to connect with the introverts where I know how to connect with the extroverts. And what works for me doesn't work for her and vice versa. And that's why it works so well for us. I work full-time. She's a stay-at-home mom. So if I need somebody to post in challenges or do something for me, I know she's there and can help me when I can't be. So you have to find somebody you mesh with. And literally, it's like online dating. That's the biggest way to do it. You're going to either go into charities group or go into Blair's. Blair's is always a really good one for me, I find. I'm very pro Blair. But go into the groups and put out a wanted ad. Literally, that's what you're going to be doing. So post a picture of yourself or a little collage about yourself. Talk a little bit about yourself and what you're looking for in somebody. And people will reply. But it's nice to have that person there to help you when you are slacking. Like I took a whole 2-month leave off of coaching and I was miserable, like absolutely miserable. Still talk to Haley every day because I didn't want to leave her hanging. So I was still around to help her, but I wasn't actively adding. I actually went through my friends list and deleted anybody who I never talked to. Like, so I'm practically now back to starting from square one because I chose to take that time off and delete everybody. But when you are getting to that point where you're like, nope, that's it, this isn't working, then there's something that you need to change. And that's the thing about this business. It's self-driven, right? So we can give you all the information you need to succeed, but unless you're instilling that and practicing it daily, it's not going to go anywhere. And we don't want to be your boss, right? We don't want to nag. I want to challenge you, but I don't want to nag.
I feel like I need Haley on a daily basis.
No, that's different. When it's upline, downline, that's totally different. But, if somebody's sitting there and saying, I can't find challengers. Well, are you inviting daily? No. Well, start that and let me know how it goes.
Okay, just a quick question. I know this sounds retarded, but how do you invite daily?
How?
Yeah.
Especially, okay, it's a bit harder for you because I've already built a business. So I have people that I've already built relationships with that I go back to. But for you, spend a good month building those relationships.
Okay.
Relationships have that foundation. You can then actually start, bringing in the business side to things. So say if you've connected with somebody, you've noticed on their Facebook that they did a 5K run, or they want to find a new job, or there's something, you can just tell in their post that there's something leadership-wise in them. That's when you message them and be like, you know what? I've got this coach sneak peek coming up. I think you would be a really good fit, but I wanted to let you make that decision. I didn't want to not message you. I didn't want to not message you because I didn't think you were interested. I wanted you to be able to make that choice. Again, I always leave it with, if you don't want to do it, no hard feelings, lighten up the mood.
Sneak peeks are like, we say sneak peeks, but they really happen whenever we want them to happen. Is that how it goes?
Yeah, so if I find that I have a lot of people who are interested in them, I just run them whenever. Usually we do them more at the end of the month because that's usually when your challenges are finishing, your 21-day challenges or whatever challenge you're running. Okay. And that's when you can turn your challengers into coaches potentially. So that's why we typically do them at the end of the month. Mm-hmm. But yeah, you can run them whenever. That's what I do. I run them all the time. Mm-hmm. And it's, now that we've actually started these wine chats as well, oh my God, they're so much more fun. It's nice to just have a bunch of people on where you just sit there and have a conversation. You say a bit about this person, a bit about that person, and then other than that, you want to get to the root of the issue. You want to get to the root of the issues. Maybe our sneak peeks aren't covering that. So we give them the opportunity to ask questions and see us, I guess, as much face-to-face as they can.
This is I'm really liking this whole one-on-one Q&A deal. A lot out of it, so thank you.
No. And again, if you can always book time to do a one-on-one with Haley or a one-on-one with me. We're in this together. So although Haley's your upline, if you find that there's something that's connecting more with me than her or vice versa, we want everyone to be able to go to either of us. And that's the point of our group, is if I'm unavailable, she's always there, most likely, and vice versa. Mm-hmm. So if there's anything where you're having issues, send us a message, ask to have a quick Zoom, whatever works for you and whatever helps you the most. That's what we're here for, is we're here to help build your business as much as we're here to build our business.
Yeah, because it's kind of rough, because I have one girl who she's just like me. Like she's energetic, she's outgoing, she loves fitness. She's a stay-at-home mom right now. I won't be tomorrow because I start a job tomorrow. So anyway, she's interested. So I did for her what Haley did for me. I kind of gave her my password to my Beachbody account and let her go in and check it all out and stuff. And she's super interested. I just can't grab her in because I just don't have the right answers for her questions.
Mm-hmm.
And I've tried to get her on the calls, but she goes to bed super early. So, and I've given her the links for the recordings. I don't know if but every day, like she messages me back. Yeah, I'm interested. I'm interested. Oh no, I'm praying about it. I'm interested, right? I just don't know how to pull her in.
You know what? Sometimes it's just those people. I remember the first person I ever contacted when I started Beachbody, I finally got her like 7 months in. Like, so although if they're interested, they're interested. Plain and simple. It's just a matter of when, the right time, that sort of thing. Maybe money's an issue. You know, for example, Kay, one of my coaches, she talked to me first and she said, you know, I'm working with It Works right now. It's not working for me. You know, I want to do something more like what you do. What can I do? And I explained the option of the challenge pack, but money was an issue at the time. And that's fine. For some people it is. Some people don't have that extra $140, $160 to work out. At that point, you can think about, okay, well, you know, we have just the coach sign-up fee, which is only $60, because, hey, that sounds a hell of a lot better than $160, right? With Kay, actually, I said to her, I want you to either hop on the wine Q&A or I want you to watch the link. And I gave her the link to the one that you were on because I remember seeing you on it. And I said to her, if you watch this and you are 100% committed and you are 100% dedicated and you actually want to do this, I will fund your coach fee. So I paid for her coach fee.
Mm-hmm.
But you have to know what you're looking for in your business and if it's feasible for you at the same time. So sometimes offering up those promotions or even a $20 rebate goes a hell of a long way. I've hit Success Club pretty much every single month that I've been a coach. I think my lowest Success Club was 7.
And what happens if you don't hit the Success Club?
Absolutely nothing. Thanks.
Is it just recognition?
It's having those recognitions and the ability to gain either leads or Shakeology commissions. So if you hit Success Club 6, sorry, if you hit Success Club 6, you get customer leads. So you'll go into your Beachbody account and you'll find people who have signed for a free account and they don't have anybody referring them. They kind of they just take them and they start dividing it up to everybody who hit Success Club 6. Mm-hmm. So there are possible commissions out of there, you know, possible coaches, you don't really know. So it's just anybody who's signed up for a free account pretty much. Once you hit Success Club 10, you get Shakeology leads. So anybody who goes on to Shakeology who doesn't have a referring coach, they again take them all up and divide them here and there. So then you start earning Shakeology commissions once you hit Success Club 10. With other things as well, throughout the year, they do promotions as well. So for hitting Success Club 6, and I don't even know what I did with them now, I think it was last month, we won 3 new programs. So we got P90X, P90X2, and P90X3.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not big on those ones, so I will probably never use them, but I use them as giveaways.
Mm-hmm.
So, and those are all different ways you're going to gain customers. The other thing what I do as well is once you start getting customer leads, and I highly recommend this once you kind of get used to it, go on to Vistaprint.
What is it?
Vistaprint.
Okay.
Stuff like this.
FITensity.
FITensity is my Fit page.
Okay.
I have all my information and all my Facebook pages and everything, and the back is just blank. So all my leads, I find out whatever their address is off of Beachbody, and I say, hey, I just want to welcome you to Beachbody. I'm your personal health and wellness coach. I'm here for whatever you need. If you need help finding a program, let me know. Feel free to add me on Facebook, connect with me other ways, blah, blah, blah. And it's handwritten. How many people get handwritten notes in the mail these days?
Mm-hmm.
It's so much better than bills.
Very personal.
And it's
that's when you hit Success Club 6, you said? That's when you go in and try to send those out to them?
That's when you're going to get all those leads of just random people that just have a coaches assigned to them randomly. And then you can turn those into more business, right? So once you connect with them and start forming that relationship, it can end up being, maybe maybe they want to do 21-day fix, but they wanted to see what it was about first or didn't know much about it. Most people now sign up for free accounts just to get Beachbody on demand for free for 4 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying out these programs, but they're not sure about them yet. So once they are, then they just talk to you and you get that all set up for them and make your commissions off of that, and they could turn into coaches. They could do anything. I connected with one, and again, she told me her lifelong story and about how her husband used to work for the police force until he got into a work accident and lost his leg. And she went on into this whole thing, and I was like, wow, this is really personal, and I was not expecting that from this, just an email I sent. That's what it was. I sent her an email. So you're going to find different ways to connect with people. The other thing with, depending on, I guess, your location, because I know you said you're 20 minutes away from Haley, these sort of cards, because this is a postcard size. Mm-hmm. And I leave a bunch on my desk at work. People just come in and take them, do whatever they want. Other things I do are, had I lived closer into the city and not in the country, go to your local post office, and sometimes they'll put them in with flyers. And then eventually it's just going to be word of mouth.
Okay.
And you're going to find people start tagging you in posts if they're looking into something. So say you got a challenger, and then the challenger's friend's like, oh, I need to lose 20 pounds. And then they're going to be like, oh, Gladys knows what to do. So then as you're working with your challengers, offering them incentives as well. So what I do typically is, once I have a set of challengers, I say, if you refer 2 friends and they purchase from me, I have a gift to give you. I don't know what the gift is until the end of the month, but it helps. I also run a bunch of Shakeology challenges too, so it gives people a chance to try the product before investing.
Now, how do you do a Shakeology challenge?
So I purchase, actually there was one month where I was actually pretty sick and I never used Shakeology all month, so I was very stocked up on it. So I changed one of my orders to go to the combo pack, the chocolate, vanilla, and strawberry one. And then I sell those. So I sell them in groups of 5. Mm-hmm. And so I can get 5 extra challengers, people who want to try Shakeology. And I charge them $40 in Canada. I think it's $30 in the US. Just enough to cover my shipment and cover the shipping costs of it. Mm-hmm. And I send that to them, and I send them recipes. There's actually a Facebook group that we have that we just constantly reuse. And it gives them that chance to try it before they buy it and want to find out if it's actually for them. So that's always nice too. Gives them that option of spending only $40 versus $100.
And how much does it cost you to ship it to them? Do they direct ship?
No, it ships to me. So it ships to me like my regular shipment, and then I personally go to Canada Post and send it to people. I think Like I have one here for Kay. That's about the size of it.
Mhm.
And it's probably going to cost me about $10. Probably a little less. But it depends on, of course, the weight, the size, everything like that. So I use the smallest package I can possibly use. In Canada, without sending, if you're not using a tracking number, I think it costs less than $5, I want to say. But I typically send tracking numbers just so people feel more at ease about sending me money. But we can always find different ways to help you expand your network and get those relationships going. And you're already going to start, right? 5 groups by tomorrow.
Right. 5 groups by tomorrow. I will check in with Haley. I work tomorrow from 11 till 7, so I'll have tomorrow morning and tomorrow evening and maybe 1 tonight.
And do 1 during your lunch break.
1 from your lunch break. Okay.
That's
Doable.
what I honestly, half of my business I built on my 2 breaks and my lunch break at work. And I pretty much don't do anything at night.
Subscribe to a data plan.
That too, probably. And then definitely, you're already 1 step ahead of everybody else. Team calls. Team calls are what's going to make or break, where you get to ask those questions and get them answered. It worked out well for you because you're the only person on here today. So I pretty much gave you a one-on-one for an hour.
Awesome.
But, just make sure you get on as many team calls as you can, especially because they're going to be super helpful, especially seeing how different coaches do it. Because, again, what works for Haley isn't going to work for me, and what works for me isn't going to work for Blair, and what any of us does might not work for you.
Exactly. And the questions are all going to be different too. So
it could be something that you don't even think about. There was a post that I did, and it's my favorite example to use, actually. I'm a very sarcastic person, if you haven't noticed yet. And I was starting to post my Shakeology challenge for the first time, my first one I ever did. And when you're first starting out, use the scripts as much as you can in the Misfit Republic website. I used it verbatim, picture everything, not 1 hit, not 1. So it kind of sucked, right? It kind of stings a bit. You're like, oh crap, I didn't get anything from that. Just delete it. That's what I do. If you don't get a few hits within like the first day, I was like, nope, delete. We'll try this again later. I ended up making my own post, kind of poking fun, I guess we'll say, at people who tell me they're Shakeology is too expensive. So I made a little collage where it's like me drinking a Starbucks and me eating McDonald's and me eating ice cream. And it's like, people be like, Shakeology is too expensive. And
I think I've seen that.
Yeah. And it's my favorite one to use because it calls people out. If you can, I believe me, I am a Starbucks lover, okay? $6.40 a day. If I can afford that, I can afford Shakeology. And again, if people aren't ready to commit, they're not ready to commit, plain and simple. But don't sit there and tell me it's too expensive when I see you with Starbucks every day. So again, people resonated to that because I am sarcastic. That's who I am. And that's why we tell you to be yourself in all your posts, because people connect with that sort of thing and that sort of mentality. So hopefully that was very helpful for you.
Well, a lot of it's helpful for me. Whether or not I can put it to good use is another matter altogether.
No, I believe in you. We start off with those 5 groups and then we work together to build the rest.
All right.
That's why we are a team. We are a team for a reason. We help each other out and we push each other. Whether or not you take what we say to you and instill it, it's your prerogative.
Well, all right, lady. I got 5 teams. I got 5 groups to try to find.
And then, you know what, work with Haley and we'll find you a really good success partner as well, because that'll help you, especially since you're starting work, because you're going to find that you have no time now. And we don't want that to be an excuse. No excuses.
I am a no excuse kind of girl.
Good. See, there we go. So we need to find somebody who complements your working and your lifestyle and stuff like that. That'll help push you and keep you going.
Okay.
If you ask Kaylee, ask her to send you a screenshot. Oh, well, I guess it's not going to work now because she got an iPhone. But when she first got a cell phone after we had started working together, me and her text more than we do our husbands.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Like, I'm pretty sure I have like 200 messages with my husband for the past like 6 years. And then me and Haley have like thousands and thousands.
You have to delete on your phone just to make room for more text from her.
Yeah, so your SP is going to be your best friend. But we will find somebody that works for you and we'll help you out with that.
Awesome. I look forward to it.
All right. Well, have yourself a great rest of your night.
You too.
Okay, bye.